So I just put together a PDF document picturing almost all the plane debris found around the World Trade Center area. Also just seen in museums, and sometimes both. It's 48 megabytes. You can download it in the description here on my website, 911conspiracy.tv. There's the NTSB putting plane parts into a body bag. They never identified them by serial number. Here we see Fresh Kills debris sorting site, the pile of Flight 175 parts. There's a video here. The New York State Museum Director of Exhibitions, Mark Shaming, narrating the film Collateral Damages.
They found a number of airplane parts at Fresh Kills. You could.
On the left, you'll see the Flight 175 engine. On the right top, some Flight 175 fuselage. Different parts that ended up at museums.
Tell the fuselage pieces with its bright lime green colors, and
that's actually the NTSB painting all over it with yellow. On the other side would be the lime green.
To him and decide if this was part of a plane. They found a very large wing section, probably 100 pieces of fuselage, some with windows in it still, and two of the engines. There was
two of the engines, he says. So on the left, on the very left, you can barely make out the Flight 11 engine that they misidentified. I've made a video about that already. It's the Flight 11 engine identified 2016, and you'll find it. Here's the Flight 11 pile, pictured by FEMA video in this CBS clip.
And small pieces from the first jetliner to hit the towers. This section of windows is from American Airlines Flight 11.
Of the passengers, 147 passengers on the two planes, 82 were identified by DNA or dental or other by the Office of Chief Medical Examiner. That's 55.8% of the passengers. Total, 60% of the victims around the World Trade Center were identified. There's different passengers' belongings that were found. I'll list as many of those as I can. Links to this document that's got 1,000 or so more entries on all the different items that were found around Ground Zero for GPS data. Here's the grid they used at Ground Zero to identify exactly where they found everything. A few collection spots for plane parts. A couple letters they found. There's Flight 11 hitting right in the middle. Various parts. I try to inventory all of them. Different fuselage part. There's Flight 11 part flew through the building, all the way through the building. See the clips there. Seat cushion. Life vests. Wheels. Tires. Landing gear. So I try to list everything. Down at the engines, where I spend most of my time. I used to think there were 3 of them found, but like Mark Shaming said, only 2 were found. One in the top left at Fresh Kills, that's the Flight 175 engine that landed at Church and Murray Street. On the top right at Fresh Kills again, that's the Flight 11 engine that they misidentified. At Fresh Kills, this is what was left of the Flight 175 engine after they moved it around and put back on the high-pressure turbine. That's what I think anyway. This part is the high-pressure turbine, the HPT. You can see on the wheel here these clips where the fins go in, where the blades go in. It's part of the hot section of the engine, not the compressor, but the turbine. That part goes on top of the other part. The high pressure turbine goes on top of that, as a mechanic says here. He's got the Flight 175 model engine, the exact type, has these tubes on it, which disproves that conspiracy theory that it's the wrong engine. So he says, before installing the HPT over top of it. So again, that's where that disc, the 2-disc set goes, the turbine. So we disproved that conspiracy theory. It'll linger forever though, because nobody believes anything. So on the left here, you'll see the Flight 175 engine. The shaft here matches up. It's funny, I found some duct tape on the side here at the museum. It looks like they almost taped it back together or something. A little help for you. Here's the corner of the building, like it went out, so it had plenty of room to get out the corner of the building. The Flight 175 engine flew out at about 197 miles an hour and smashed into this building at 50 Murray Street on Church Street. So there it is, Flight 175 engine. The high pressure turbine set back on it. The trajectory damage. Flight 11 engine close up. That's the museum, or they say they're both from Flight 175. Wrong. Wrong. Here's the Flight 11 engine, 2011, 2001, same thing, just to let you know. And here's the GE CF6. GE CF6, same thing, check it out. So that proves it's not Flight 175. And it's Flight 11. Fail on the FBI part. What else have we got in here? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of other engine parts. That's from Flight 175 on top of the Federal Building, Post Office. That's from Flight 175 in front of WTC 5. On top of WTC 5 was this, again from the Flight 175 engine, starboard engine. There they both are again. Black boxes, a few details. Apparently they were sensed by some equipment, but never located. So check it out anyway. My name's Matt Nelson for 911conspiracy.tv. It's totally free. There's no ads on any of my stuff. Peace.